Madam Chair, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank the Presidency of the Conference for hosting the first ever GST on adaptation. I feel privileged to address this inaugural GST and share Nepal's perspective. I am confident that this GST will reflect on our action and devise strategy to achieve the objective of the Paris Agreement. Excellencies, climate science underlines that if current greenhouse gas emissions do not rapidly decline in line with the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit, the prospect for climate resilient development will be severely limited. Surpassing the adaptation limits for critical ecosystem in climate vulnerable countries like Nepal. We are falling short in our efforts to restrict global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Our promises are not translated into action. Progress is not satisfactory. We must be able to give a key message to our people. We must act on what we pledged in previous COPs with means of implementation for more impactful climate resilient action. Time is running out. We must act now. Excellency, Nepal strongly supports the UN Secretary General's proposal of holding a conference in 2025. The conference must ensure that countries' NDCs are aligned with the Paris Agreement. Moreover, the NDCs must abide by the principle of transparency, accountability, equity and fairness. Moreover, the NDCs must abide by the principle. We must learn lessons from action and inaction and identify a clear pathway collectively for our people and the planet. The GST on adaptation must be aligned with the framework of the Paris Agreement with a top priority. We must ensure enhanced mobilization of and simplified access to financial and technological resources to climate vulnerable LDCs. Our response must be ambitious, equitable and focused on the LDCs and most vulnerable countries. We must drive action across all thematic areas of the COP agenda based on the principle of CBDR and equity. Dear friends, Nepal submitted revised second NDC in 2020 and prepared the National Adaptation Plan and Program of Action along with the implementation strategy. Nepal is committed to allocating 80% of climate change adaptation resource to the local community. Nepal needs additional resources to make our ecosystem, institution and people resilient to climate change and ensure the implementation of locally led adaptation climate roadmap and program. Finally, I stand in solidarity with the younger generation who are emerging as strong advocates for a sustainable planet. Let us work together and work together toward an emission-free world. Thank you. Thank you for your attention.